Okay, in this video we're going to show you one of the more interesting features of the Magic Image Wand, and that is the ability to record operations. So what we're going to do is string together some of those fire letters to spell a whole word. So let's pick a word, magic, M-A-G-I-C. To record an image, the first thing we do is do a long press to get to the main menu. Make sure that main menu is in full rather than the simple one, because the simple one won't let us record a macro. In the full menu, we then go down to macros, and we'll pick a macro. That's select macro. If you click on that, you can see all the ones that are available. So these are, when it says empty, there's nothing in there. Okay, so we'll go to record macro, which is currently off. When we click that on, we're now going to be recording everything that goes on. Okay, so we'll go back to, we need to go back to the main menu because we're going to need a slightly shorter time than the default to get all those letters in. So right now the column time is set to 10 milliseconds. Let's reduce that to about 5. Okay, now we'll go to, I'll do a long press to get back into the files, and we'll find the, you'll notice in the top right corner there's a little red number, 0 in this case. That's the macro that we are currently recording. So we're going to go down to Fire Alphabet, click on that, and then we'll click down on M. Click on that and it will play it and make a little note that it recorded it, and then we'll go back to A, and then G, I, and C. Okay, now we'll do a long press, get back to our menu, go down to the macros, and we'll go down to record macro on, and clicking that will turn it back off, and the macro is now saved. So if we go to select macro, we can see that it's used. It doesn't tell us a whole lot about what's in there, but what we can do is go back here to information. So click on information, and the name is used. So we'll just click on that. Now it lets us change the name, so we'll rename it to Magic, which makes more sense. Oh, it still says use, so the first thing we're going to do is clear, which is button 0. A long press on button 0 erases the name. So now we'll go M, A, G, I, C. When we're done, we do a long press. Now the name is now Magic. You can see it has 5 files, a time of about 8 seconds. And it's 644 pixels wide. So we'll do a long press again. Now into macro operations, we can go to run macro. We have whichever one was currently selected, which is still number 0. We'll click on that. It'll now run. You'll see it's doing letter M, letter A, G, I, C. So the rest of this video, I'm going to have to do later tonight when it's dark and we can actually play this. Okay, the first thing we need to do is set this thing into the menu mode with the long press, and then we'll select the short menu just to make this easier. We'll go down to macros, make sure that we select macro 0. We click on that, and now we've got run macro. So that's what we're going to run. Okay, there's my assistant ready to walk with the wand, and here she is walking with the wand. Doesn't look like much yet, of course, but we'll see in a second. And here's what it looks like. You can see the letters now spelled out in space. Now for this last image, what we did is basically the same as the previous one. The only difference is I have added a flash that is set to fire when the shutter closes, and that's what illuminates my lovely assistant there.